Hello and welcome to Official Xbox 360 Magazine's OXM report, and this week we had a chance to take a look at Hydrophobia, a downloadable title that's already looking like this year's Shadow Complex. The game's going to be a big part of Microsoft's E3 presentation, but OXM was exclusively invited up to Manchester to take an early look at the game.
So I'm here with Rob Hewson, who's the senior creative designer on Hydrophobia. For those who don't know the story of the game, tell me how you find yourself in this sinking ship.
Okay, well, the game's set in the mid-21st century, so we're following the actual United Nations projections for overpopulation, and they're projecting there's going to be over 9 billion people by the middle of the century. So the world's kind of gone to chaos, famine, poverty, conflict, over a lack of resources to feed that population. And the game's set on board the Queen of the World, which is kind of a huge city-sized ship built by the wealthy elite and some mega corporations who are pursuing ways to solve this problem. And it's attacked by terrorists, and our heroine finds herself caught up in the nightmare.
She's not really a kind of typical Lara Croft, action hero, is she? She starts off as a security employee, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we wanted to kind of break away from the beautiful but deadly female protagonist cliche. We wanted to start with a character who is flawed, who's vulnerable, who's a reluctant hero, really. And we wanted that character then to be able to evolve and learn that she has to fight back and really grow as a character until ultimately she's quite powerful.
Now, obviously, the centerpiece of the game are these amazing water physics. Tell me what kind of implications they have as you're working your way through the ship.
Okay, well, I mean, initially you're just out to survive, and it is Hydro Engine is the world's first true fluid dynamics engine, so it's a real physics simulation. So, firstly, that means it's got a lot of emergent behaviour. It's never the same twice because it's a real physics simulation, and what it allows us to do is some pretty cool stuff in what we kind of term as flow combat. So one example of that in Hydrophobia, when you shoot an oil barrel, it will blow a hole in the wall. Water will come pouring through there and carry the oil fire into your enemies. It also, transmits electricity realistically. You can remotely open doors and use the water to wipe out your enemy. And there's just lots and lots of cool kind of emergent behaviour that comes out of it.
And that allows you to play stealthily or go in all guns blazing, right?
Yeah, that's another aspect to it. I might decide to go into an area and to kind of sneak in, like I say, remotely hack into CCTV cameras, remotely open some doors and wipe the guys out and take them down quietly. You might go in guns blazing, blow the crap out of everything, let the water really come pouring in, and you could end up flooding the entire room and then end up in kind of underwater combat, which is sort of like bullet time beneath the waves. And that not only affects how you've played that room, because when I go into the next room, I'm going to have water sort of flowing in around my ankles, whereas you're going to probably come sloshing through into the next room and then change the gameplay in the next room.
So when you're playing through as Kate, you're not going to be all alone. You're going to have a bit of help. Tell me about who's going to be guiding you through the first episode.
Well, Kate is a systems engineer on board the ship, and her boss is a character called Scoot, who's kind of quite a fun sort of sidekick character. He helps Kate through, he guides Kate through. Kate's got her own dark past, her own demons that she's fighting, and like I say, initially she's just trying to survive, and so she works quite closely with Scoot, and there's a lovely sort of relationship between the two, and he's really looking after her. He's sort of like I said, he's her boss, and she was his apprentice, so they've kind of grown and worked together. And yeah, he just kind of guides her to try and escape this mayhem. So at first she's not really trying to fight back, but because the Malthusians have blocked all the escape routes, rigged all the transports to explode, the only routes left available are the ones they're using for their objectives. So inevitably, by surviving, you actually get drawn into the fight anyway.
Excellent. Well, Rob, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.
For all the exclusive details on Hydrophobia, check out the latest copy of OXM on shop shelves this week.